So let's talk about Flash. So I'm gonna actually answer this first question just because Flash is sort of weird. You know what? I'm gonna do it on here. I don't feel like doing that on the whiteboard. So if I have four, let's say I have four. My user takes four different routes out here. First, they do a GET request to artists, and that would be which method would this be in the artist controller? Index, yeah. And then they do get, let's say they go to /artist/new, that would be new. Then they post to /artists, that would be create. And then they're going to go to artist / like, I don't know, 32, let's say. That would be show. And then let's say they end up by going to, I don't know, back to the index. All right, so the user does 5 different things on here. They go through 5 different routes. If I, when they first create this, if I do like flash notice equals you're signed in, Harry, that flash will exist here, but it will not exist here. So Flash only exists for one route. Well, Flash is created in one route, and then it's only accessible in the next route. That's one reason why it's called Flash, because it's just there for a second. Well, not for a second, for however long it takes for you to go to the next route, but that's probably not going to be very long. And also, it just sort of like flashes a message at you. Flash is only used for showing messages. Flash isn't used for storing any other sort of data. Flash should only be used for storing or for showing messages. Which brings me to this other question on here. What are the 2 conventional types of Flash messages? Flash messages. And what's the difference between them? Alex? And the difference?
Alert is used for error messages or warnings and notices.
Yep, exactly right. Myra?
So instead of using the bang, why don't we just use Flash?
The bang?
Yeah, that's what you mark for.
Oh, great question. So the bang breaks your app. Your user gets that red error page, which probably isn't what you want. A nice little Flash message would be a much better user experience, I think. Because if a user gets that big error page, they don't know what to do with it.
So normally we use that Flash and then put return to stop it.
Adrian?
So, aside from the convention of the 2 words, there is no difference between them whatsoever?
Nope. That's just convention. I think there are some like Rails helpers built in that like do stuff with like alert and notice, but I'm not really sure what those are. So no, it's just another convention over configuration thing. All right.
So who would be a little more familiar with the bang? Simply using for user experience. When do we use that?
When you use
The bang. If we rather have to use the Flash message, see that.
not very often. I would say just in your seeds file, really. And aside from that, yeah, and while you're in development, maybe, because you want to be able to see the errors. But when you go into production, I would change it to be bangless, unbanged. Questions about this?
We follow the instructions, but then we got an artist controller error, and I was just wondering if anybody else got that. Other stuff.
Only one of our Flash messages works for whatever reason.
Yeah, so I think that's probably like my bad when I was putting this thing together, is that if there's a redirect, well, actually, you know what? I have to go back and look. But it has something to do with the fact that Flash only exists from one route to another, and it doesn't exist after that. So if you have a redirect or something, then that Flash message goes away.
What if you put it after the redirect?
Then it should work, so I'm not sure why it wouldn't. And I can go and look at that later on if you would like. Okay, so the next thing is looking at cookies, and this is something that you can do yourself. It says 10 minutes on here, but I'm actually only going to give you 5 because you can all do this individually. There's no writing code in this. It's just playing around in Chrome. So hopefully you all have Chrome on your computers by now. But yeah, just take 5 minutes to look through this section.